dude, you need to make it your fucking priority and mission to seek as much stress. Everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody's happy, enjoying. Oh shit, I just hit a fucking curb. It's okay guys, I'm good. So basically, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today was, well, first I need to tell you that I just had ground beef, and I usually am okay with ground beef, but today for some reason my stomach is so upset after, maybe it's because it's the amount I ate. Like I ate like 2 cups of ground beef, no lie, and my stomach just feels so upset. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've been on this new cycle. Don't worry, not testosterone or TRT or any of those steroids, but I'm going to, what's it called, Dominican in 2 weeks, something like that. And I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm on this bulk, but I don't want to cut in the sense of, because I don't want to look like a little inflated hippo for Dominican. I want to, you know, take a couple good pictures with my girl and still shrink down a little bit. And I was talking to my buddy Rabiega. He was telling me how I need to lean down to see where exactly my muscle insertions are, and to see which proportions and which sides of my muscles I need to work on, because you never really know when you're bulked up or a little bit beefy, because you've got like the fat to kind of even everything out. But when you're on the leaner spectrum, then you could really see what you need to work on, and especially which side you need to work on, like whether it be like the right or the left side. Like your left bicep might be a little bit smaller than your right bicep, and like when you lean down and like shed all that fat off your body, then it's easier to like see, okay, I need to work on hammer curls more. Oh, I need to work on whatever it's called, like regular preacher curls, because I need to work on the inside of my bicep rather than the outside of my bicep, and just like make those little tweaks and adjustments. Because I've been sticking to the same program for like fucking 8 months, something like that, and I love it. Chest and back, shoulders and tries, legs, back and abs, and whenever I'm bored I'll throw in like a bit of forearms into any one of those days. But I was journaling this morning, and I wanted to talk to you guys about how procrastination is the assassination of your destination. I heard a video about some guy saying that quote 2 days ago. He said his mentor was telling him that, and it's now more than ever the most factual thing in this world, because everybody is so easy to get sucked into procrastination. And it's not only like the weak-minded, like everybody's victim to this. Like I'm victim to this. I'm sure even fucking billionaires are victim to this, and even like the high achievers, because it's so easy. But like, what differs high achievers to victims or to total victims is the time that it takes them to be self-aware and realized, fuck, I'm procrastinating. I need to get back on my mission, or I need to get back on working towards my goal, or I have things to accomplish today. It's very important to be specifically watching yourself when you're getting procrastinated, when you're quote unquote drifting into things that you don't want to be doing, or you know you shouldn't be doing, but still doing them anyway. People these days will get distracted like this, And then once they're distracted, because currency, the number one currency in today's world and day and age, is attention. And once their attention is sucked, then it's so easy to go down a rabbit hole, because your brain kind of shuts off. Our minds always want to be lazy. They want to find the laziest way and laziest solution of doing things. And once we show our minds, it's okay to turn off your mind, just fucking whatever, drift away. Our minds will do that. Yes, okay, thank you, I'm first in line. Because we're not naturally like go-getters. Like, you have to be a specific type of breed or a specific will or desire that has to be implemented into you or like screwed into your mind to be a go-getter, to be a goal-driven person. Like, just look at 90% of the population. Like, they're all just drifters, smoking their pain away, drinking their pain away, and just like can't wait to get home from work or can't wait to get off on the weekend to just be able to relax. Like, why do you want to relax? That's what sleeping's for. Like, you want to be constantly doing shit, like constantly be providing your will, your power, your energy, your service towards the world. Like, when you're relaxing, I personally believe the best time to relax is when you're educating yourself. Because what else is there to do when you relax? What, are you gonna just sit and fucking... Okay, yeah, you could make yourself laugh for 10 minutes, scroll for 10 minutes and enjoy a bit of piece of funny content or whatever. But then at the end of the day, how is that gonna be useful? How is that gonna provide some sort of fucking service to this world that we live in? We should always strive to be thinking, when we're self-realizing of what we're doing, is what I am consuming right now going to provide society with necessities? Because in media, and especially big media, it is their job to keep you as distracted as possible to limit out competition. When there's less competition, it's their job to keep that monopoly. Like, think about why do you think Facebook, for example, bought Instagram? Because they knew they were a huge competitor. They knew that they could take away their audience. They knew they were falling away because older people or people of that generation that grew up with Facebook were gonna die off soon, and they're like, fuck, we're out of the game. Business, especially big ones, always try the monopoly. And when they're in that monopoly, they want to basically cancel out all their competition. How do they cancel out all their competition? They distract their competition. They're like, okay, fuck these guys. We want to make sure they're just constantly being entertained. Because when they're entertained, they're not going to be focused enough or have that, like I was saying, willpower, drive, ambition to provide society with any other means of service. You have so much potential inside of you. You just have zero idea how much you're depleting your life energy by screen sucking, by just completely not even putting in the effort to see what you can achieve. Every human being, everybody watching this has such a huge potential to become whatever their childhood dreams were. It's just the shitty situation is that the older we got, the less we tried, because the more responsibilities and more stress was put on our shoulders. And we were taught that stress is a bad thing, avoid stress, seek comfortability. Dude, you need to make it your fucking priority and mission to seek as much stress in this life possible to keep you going, because stress, obviously I'm talking about good stress here. I'm not talking about stress that's going to cause you a heart attack. I'm talking about like business stress, family stress, stress physically putting on your muscles and weightlifting is just going to constantly lead you to growth. Everything else is just going to lead you to comfort, which is going to lead you to kaputness. So when you're seeking that stress, when you're seeking that means of discomfort, because discomfort is the real stress, quote unquote, that we should be looking for, that will lead to growth. When you have stress within your family and your family is bumping tides, yeah, the easy thing is to fuck off and not listen to what one person's trying to communicate to you, or to say, oh, fuck this, I don't want to deal with this, and go drink the problem away. But the stressful thing to do is to sit down in disagreement and talk it out, communicate it out, figure out one side of the problem, figure out the other side of the problem. But nobody's fucking mature enough these days, because they're all finding different ways of dealing with this shit. Instead of facing it head on, they face it, I'm sick of this. Fuck this argument, I'd rather let me just drink and forget about it. Maybe it'll go away tomorrow. No, it's not gonna go away tomorrow, you dumbass. What can I say? The world seeked too much comfort these days. And I'm gonna make it my responsibility that I'm gonna put on my own shoulders. I'm gonna take upon this own stress to help people realize they've gotten so much potential inside of them, and what it just starts with is the way that you think. Get your mindset right with your fitness. Your fitness is going to lead to a great mindset. Because when you embark this journey on, okay, I'm gonna create this human for my wife, for my kids, for my brothers, for my sisters, for my friends, and I'm gonna do this for not only myself and my selfish ambitions, but for others, to inspire others. I'm gonna do this to better myself for my wife, so she could be happy and proud of the man that she married. I'm gonna do this for my parents, to show them that they didn't raise a fuck up. Oh yeah. That's when that purpose gets so much bigger, and it's just so much easier to show up for yourself and for others every day. How long have we been going for? Fuck, almost 16 minutes. Well, to cut this little rant short, I wouldn't even call it a rant. I would call it, like, Matthew's car podcast. Or I think this will be the beginning of the CSL podcast, I've wanted to start a podcast, and I haven't had the thought or the idea of, oh, I need a perfect mic. Oh, I need a perfect setup, right? Like that stuff was the things that always held me back then. But I've been wanting to create this podcast, and I've been constantly thinking, oh, I need a perfect setup. But realistically, I just need my voice, a camera, and whatever microphone to pick up my voice that I'm recording myself off of. And my goal with this podcast is to help and inspire so many more people to take action about their mind and body. Because once you get those two things down, and obviously, action to their mind, body, and connection with God. Because once you get a hold of those three things, dude, the only limit is your imagination. You can absolutely crush and dominate any industry, any relationship, any goal you have, whether it be financially, whether it be, relationship wise, whether it be, goal to travel the world. Once you have those three things set, then you've got it in the bag. So consider subscribing or listening to this podcast if you want to, number one, grow your mindset. B, number two, improve your health and fitness. Maybe I talk about some relationship tips, but I don't even know if I'm qualified enough to speak on that. I've only been in a relationship for 5 years. I think that's 5 more years than 95% of the population has held together their relationships, actually. Just kidding. But yeah, we'll see if I can throw in some relationship, maybe some stories from my relationship that I can use to help teach people on what to do and what not to do. And then also for faith, I think I'll talk a lot about how faith and whatever you believe in, whether it be God, I don't even know I think it's Allah, whether it be anything that you put your faith into, this podcast will resonate with you. I gotta figure out how to put this bitch on Spotify and Apple Music, but once I do, then we'll really be getting somewhere. Well, this is the first one. I'm gonna end it like I end all my videos, and I'm just gonna stick with this way of ending it. Create more than you consume. Serve others. Love everybody. Peace.